Hello everyone. New episode. I actually made a lot of changes offline. Like in the weekend, I just started making some changes so we can go live. I also actually published the website. I wanted to start indexing, like on the go, we can still make some changes. Usually I do not recommend it. Usually just finish the website. But since a niche is not that competitive and I think the website's quite decent, I just decided to publish it. So I made some copy changes. I didn't change the image, but I compressed the images. I added a few listings. I made the whole cart clickable. Did I do anything else? There was some errors that I fixed. So this is all functional now. I also hit the Google cart for now because it had some issues. And it still didn't work with the close by activity since we didn't have the activity section. So I just hide it for now. So yeah, it's all functional. I changed the about page. I still need an image for Grace. I added social links and all the other stuff. Newsletters still have to be done. And for the location pages, what I did, I optimized it slightly. So instead of highlights, I made it highlights of a mat, travel to Primat, etc. So all small changes. And what I did, I made every URL end with a trailing slash just to have consistency in the website. So we changed it in the next configuration, I believe. And then now we changed all the URLs. And then what I will do in, I think, tomorrow's episode is just show you how I do a short technical SEO audit. Today, what I want to do is figure out the best schema structure. Schema is basically rich data that you can add to your code, and then you can explain better to Google what your pages are about. So usually if you have your own local business, there's like local business schema, if whatever. So what I want to do is for the homepage and all the other pages, like just tell Google like this is what your website is about. We're gonna do this with Cursor and Super Whisper. So I'm just gonna exactly explain what I want. Then again, we're gonna create a .md file and have it do it step by step. So if you like the content, please please stick around. We're now getting more into scaling up the website, adding more listings, adding pages like what are the best hotels in Bali, what are the best restaurants in Canggu, so we can start populating those listicles. Just we need to add more listings. I think now we only have 10, 6 stays and 4 dining, if I'm correct. 3 dining, so 9. We have way more to add, like also small details like this, the unknown I need to fix. Because also I realized for the dining category, we only have breakfast and dining. So we need to add new categories so we can manage that. Yeah, so let's get into the episode and make some SEO schema. So we are gonna open Cursor. We're gonna open a new chat. And we're gonna use Super Whisper just to talk to it. So basically what I'm gonna say is, today, I would like you to help me with creating a SEO schema implementation plan. So we have the Bali Handbook, which is a travel directory for Bali, where basically Grace and me visit places, review it, and then, just give this information to people traveling to Bali. So what I would like today is to map out a few different schemas and also standardize nodes. So I want a node for Robin and Grace, where basically we then refer in the author to those people and like who they are with the same as schema. Then we need the website schema. We need schema for the stays pages for the dining. I think we can first start with just article schema for those pages. Later on, we can do it more proper when we start adding the reviews. So we can add the review schema. Then on those pages, we also have FAQs. So I assume that we need to add the FAQ schema in the FAQ component. And then, please give me recommendations on the best implementation. I know there's also like restaurant schema, etc., but we are not a restaurant ourselves. Like we're just writing articles on those restaurants and then reviewing it later. So later we will add the review schema. So please come up with a plan, act as an SEO professional, and also make sure that we can create reusable nodes and that we can make changes to these. And then also create a .md file including a implementation plan with step-by-step instructions and also checklist per phase what should be done. Okay, and basically why I'm asking it to just act as SEO professional, because it will kind of switch, not the mindset because it doesn't have a mind, but then at least instead of acting like a developer, it will act like an SEO professional. So let's see what it comes back with, and then we're just gonna make some changes to it because I already see it Robin with 1B, not double B. And basically what you can do is, as an author, you can add same as schema. Maybe I can show you. So Schema has a website where you can basically see all the entities that they have. So basically what you can do is, if I have here, for example, maybe I'll make this bigger for you guys. Type is movie, the name is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but then there's also a book, and then you can link to this. So basically what you do with an author here, so the author is Douglas Adams, and this is his own Wikidata page. But what we can do, we can link it to my personal website, to my YouTube channel, to my Instagram, to my LinkedIn. So basically then when Google crawls the website, crawling is basically visiting the website and checking if the content is good enough. Then it sees like, okay, hey, we actually know already about Robin Schuchman. Like we know this data, this data, this data. So they verify that I'm a legitimate person and writer, and then it can increase your overall rankings. It's not guaranteed, but it's always better to provide Google with exact the amount of information that they should know for your business. And the same you can do with company. So let's say you have company schema here, wait, company, I think it's called company, organization. So what we can do here, we can add the address, we can add all the information, and then also the same as where, okay, we have our LinkedIn page, we have our Instagram page, we have a whatever, like we can add all the information, so it's very easy for Google to understand and other LLMs what our website is about. Actually, in the meantime, I'm gonna ask Claude. I have my travel directory, the Bali handbook. Now I want to do schema implementation, schema for SEO. Does it make sense to handle article schema for a stay page? So we have like stayed in a hotel in Bali, and then we have a page about it. Later we add a review. Does it make sense to use article schema together with lodging business and for restaurants like the restaurant schema, or is it not necessary to add that schema as well? I would just want to know what's the best implementation for a travel directory website where we just visit a lot of stays and dining places and experiences. What is the best schema to add to those pages? Just want to be... Okay, so Claude is saying let's not use... Okay, so this is interesting. So basically what we need to do here, this is the constant values, right? So I'm gonna split screen this for a second. Sorry in advance. Also need to... Maybe I can just keep it this size. So we have our Instagram. So what you do here, maybe I'll just release this as a template for you guys. Actually, I used to go very in depth with schema for a few other projects of mine. This one we don't have. So you can remove this. And later, whenever we add... actually, we have TikTok, I believe. TikTok, the Bali handbook. I have to find it later. Okay, so here, Robin Schuchman, co-founder Bali handbook, blah, blah, blah. URL. Image is... I'm just gonna quickly draft this and then change it later, just so you guys have an idea. Like the image and stuff I will add later. Let me see. Okay, so this is my Twitter. So basically, I just wanted to know all there is to know about me. And I actually have a lot of profiles, so I'll add more to it later. You do a comma, then you add, and that's it. Grace, about Grace. Yeah, I will create those pages as well. BaliHandbook.com, images, logo, that's fine. Others original, contact point, site info, email, website person, article. Okay, so this is fine. Oh, it's not done yet. I hope this works because I actually did a course on advanced schema and then it goes very in depth. But if this works, then that will be very good. So we delete this file. Later foreface. Okay, so what I now want is, okay, let's implement the schema for the homepage. Wait, maybe just do it at page. I think it's this one, right? At page marketing. Then at page about. At page stay. Stay marketing. Slug. Give this the lodging schema. No article. At dining slug. Give this restaurant schema. No article. Also to the generic pages such as at privacy policy, at terms, at what's the other one again? Cookies and contact. Page. That's all known. So we have stay slug, dining slug, allocation. And after that, we do the location pages and the category pages. And what about category pages of the stays? So handbook.com/stays. What scheme should this have? I'm gonna let this run and then we're gonna revise together. Okay, so this is all implemented. Now what I wanna do is we have, let me check. Why didn't we get a response here? Okay, so for those pages, we need to use category. So for stays, dining, and locations. So that's what we're gonna do. Then we have at stays page. Marketing. At stays page. Category at stays page. Location. At dining page. And at location page. Notice admin at location. Those all need, what's it called? Collection page with item list. Item list scheme. Can you implement this for me? And let that implement. And then basically I'll show you the chat. So what we're gonna do for all the collection pages, so the stays, dining, in the future, experiences, and spa, whatever, it's gonna be a collection page. And then in this collection page, we show, oh, there's this amount of listings here. Well, let me make this bigger for you guys. And then all the listicles mentioned there as well. And so Google knows it's a category page. And then the same with the location. Just then what we do is place schema for the location pages. I just saw an issue, and that's why we need to refine it. We also need to check it's pulling all the right information from the database and that we have all the data. I use Ahrefs toolbar for this, but I'll show you a free way in the next episode. So here we can now see it has lodging business schema, right? So it has the description, it has the image, it has the name, price range, the URL, then it has the address that we added, geo coordinates, and star rating. Just a star rating, it's not there yet. And then what I actually want to check, since with CLAV we have FAQs. Not loading. Also FAQ page. We need to change the title. Yeah, so this should be the title and then it should be 3 questions. Okay, so that's something we need to change. But it's not bad. And let's see the homepage. Website scheme, this is all fine. Organization, Bali handbook, founder, person. Same as scheme. See, now it's always referring back to, just I need to make the changes that it's about me and Grace. So I'll fix all those small things after the video. So now it's doing the collection pages. You see, I'm a collection page item is schema. All the collection page. Let me first create the schema generators. And then also the Oh, this is implementing code now. So this should have website organization person. That's us. And person Grace. Okay, perfect. There's probably a few issues that we need to resolve, but in general, this is not bad at all. Okay, so this is done now as well. So the last thing is then for the location slug, we need to implement, what is it again? Location schema place. I think that's the last one, right? We have the geo coordinates contained in place. Okay, let that run. And then we quickly check. I already saw some errors in next here. It's not a prop. I'll have this fixed because I think it's on every page. So here, this should now have collection page. Breadcrumb. Main entity, item list. Number of items 6. See? Okay, so that's working fine. And then, okay, it's doing the schema. I'll let this finish and then we quickly revise. We update this file. And then off video, I will just export everything and change everything that I want to. And then what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to make this a downloadable asset on my own website. So if anyone's interested in having all those schema files or how it exactly works, I can also make a proper video on this based on the course that I did and then go very in depth with like how different nodes are connected and how you pull the right information, what information you should add. And then, yeah, maybe it's a good asset for you guys to have. So whenever this is done, we're going to revise and then, okay, so we now have this and then again, this issue, I'll just copy it. But then if we go to the schema check, we have the place schema about Badugo. I just need to check why it's using the HTML text, like the paragraph. Also, I need to check if this actually works. The things to do. Okay, I'll figure that out later. Because also what's going to happen, like we're going to submit this to Google Search Console. And then Google Search Console will give me notifications if something is wrong with the schema. So what I want to ask is, can you update the add SEO schema? Everything that needs to be done. Also, please make a clear instruction where all files are stored and which files to edit when necessary. Okay, so it's all updated now. And basically it gave me guidelines as well, like where all the files are. So I can now just easy what I'm gonna do. Where is the folder here? Docs. Move it. Okay, and then the last thing is this. I get this error on most of the pages where we implemented the schema. And this is the error we had here, right? So let's see what the solution is. And then I think I'm gonna call it an episode here because I'm heading out soon. Also, what I realized, guys, I wanted to start doing some more research in actual what solutions mean, because it's nice that now it says like, oh, we need to change it from key to ID. I have no clue what it means. So I want to figure out what those things mean, because I love that we're living in an age where AI can do the majority of the work for us. I just feel like my brain is slowly decreasing. Like, of course, I'm getting older, but since all my work is basically done with AI, still with my thinking, my brain, it's just like I feel like slowly I'm getting more retarded. So I just want to start doing more research in how actual certain things work. Just to also, like, it's good to know, like, if ever I get into another big project where I need to know those things, it's just good to know, like, what's the difference between a key and ID, and what is actual, this piece of code, like, how does it actually work? Like, in my brain, it's all, like, connected, right? Like, I basically make graphs in my brain, like, okay, if this happens, then this. But I think I should just start drawing it out and also, like, be more aware of, like, what I'm actually doing. Because now it's amazing. 1 hour we do a full SEO schema implementation, but is it all working correctly? Is this the best approach? Is this... So also, I just want to tell you guys, just be very aware with how you do things, and just also try to every now and then go back to the basics and read a book, read things about how things actually work. Just be curious. I think being curious is one of the most important things, especially with all the AI stuff that we're living now in and all the possibilities. Just be curious. Like, we can build very amazing stuff. Just, we need to make sure that we are doing it the right way. So thank you for watching. I wish you guys an amazing day. And then in tomorrow's episode, yeah, maybe we can do some of the keyword research that we did before, start figuring out a way on to write more content, like blog articles. We need to set up the CMS for blog articles as well. So have an amazing day, and see you in tomorrow's episode.